just leaving work now, walking out, big old queue for the Rolling Stones. Who even are they? Like, you know, nowhere near Kanye in his prime. I'm just teasing. Obviously, I couldn't tell you one Rolling Stones songs, but they're very popular, so they must be good, because that's how it works. I'm sure it'll be a great concert. This video is about, the title is I'm Weak, and I put a post of the day, and it basically means until you know where you're weak, you'll never be strong. And it's just kind of, we all got weaknesses, we're all rubbish at one thing or rubbish at something else. Just learning about accepting those and then improving. I'll give an example the other day. If you can't climb a wall, you shut your eyes closed. Until you open your eyes, you'll never climb the wall. But yeah. So just walking back to the house now and gonna get some food, so gonna eat out. So I'm gonna give you an example of eating out and picking the right thing. I think we're going to like a harvester type place, so that should be quite easy, but we'll see.
That's fair. So effectively this is what I got. It's pretty much meat and vegetables. So if you see here, got the turkey, and then I just filled the plate broccoli, cabbage, carrots, potato, green beans, loads of volume. It'll fill me up and pretty healthy. And that's the wrong way to do it.
Wingardium Leviosa.
What? So yeah, the weakness I want to talk about, which is really, really common, I feel, and a lot of people will have this weakness, and they'll know what I'm saying. And this weakness is when something's gone wrong, and rather than just kind of brush yourself off and try and keep moving forward, you just go, oh, whatever. And I'm applying this really to your diet. So I've done this. I'm sure anyone watching would have done this. You're sticking strictly to your, I don't know, whether it's your calorie goal, whether it's the type of food you eat, whatever it is. And all of a sudden you make like a small mistake. You might have had one biscuit and you think, oh, well, I'm just gonna have the whole packet. And I know that you would have done that. I know everyone's done that. But like one biscuit's at 300 calories or whatever, that's example. The whole packet you can't come back from. Like say you overeat a little bit here and there, you can catch it up on the next day. You can just do an extra, be a bit more active or this, that and the other. But as soon as you just go, head to the wind, you're gone. You know, it just goes from one thing to another. And I think that's the point. It's a big weakness I think a lot of people have, is it's a kind of an all or nothing. And I understand why that happens, especially in dieting, because generally you're restricting yourself, and when you restrict yourself, you start to crave things, and you start to feel like you're not living. And you know, I've felt this way. So you just got to try and find that balance of, okay, I've made a little mistake, it happens. You know, I had that thing I had to go to, and I ended up eating whatever. Dust yourself back off, and get back in the race. And that really is really, really relevant especially in terms of fitness. Same thing was, okay, I've missed 2 workouts this week. Rather than, I'm just not going to bother turning up for the others, just get that 1 or 2 less in. Because I always say this, I've said so many times, if you're doing something, you know, you've got the right mindset, you're conscious of what you're trying to achieve, it's much better than if you just go, whatever. Because small steps here and there will add up to the end goal. And no matter how slow that progress is, no matter how slow it is, if you quit or you give up, it will never, ever, ever happen. And you have to just be willing to just commit to it for time. And I know it's frustrating, and I know it's annoying. And you know, that sort of thing doesn't just apply to food. Like, it's easy to get frustrated when, I don't know, you've offended someone, you didn't feel that you should have offended them. And again, sometimes, even if you don't think that you've offended someone, you've still got to point the finger back at yourself and think, okay, I've said something I didn't mean to say, I didn't mean it to come across that way. I should go, all right, hands up, okay, I understand it. It's hard to put yourself in someone else's shoes. I don't think anyone can ever truly know how anyone else is feeling. And just go, oh, okay, you know, for next time I know better. Rather than just, oh, well, they got offended, I don't like them, blah, 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 blah. Same sort of thing. You just got to sometimes look at, okay, this has happened. Can we move forward from it? Can we just dust ourselves off and keep going? Or, you know, we just got to let it ruin our day, ruin our lives, ruin everything. But yeah, that is what the weakness that I want to talk about. That's what I'm weak. And I would say I'm weak in terms of, if I'm ever trying to keep my food good and I do slip up a little bit, it's easy to go nuts. It's easy to just keep going. You know, the workouts one, I never really miss workouts. But if I did, with that one I'd never really do. But then the offending one there as well, yeah, I've definitely done that loads of times where I've said something I thought was good, thought was positive. Someone's taking it the wrong way, or some this, that and the other. And in my initial, I jumped straight to 100%. I'm like, you know what? I don't care about you. If I never speak to you ever again, it wouldn't bother me. And like, that's a really weird response, but that's just my response to these things. But I know I do it. As I said at the start of the video, if you don't accept your weakness, you don't know what you do, which is holding you back, then you'll never ever improve. But yeah, just some food for thought, but not too much food, just the right amount of food.
Just came out of Fit for Less, where I did that chest and just push workout, really, so chest, shoulders and triceps. I put those clips in over when I'm talking, so it's not too boring. Then just gonna finish here, really talking. I just was remembering now, I was training in, and like my physique now, I'm really, really happy with. I feel really confident. I'm happy with when I train, the weights I can lift and the techniques I can do and all the movements. Really, really happy. And it made me think about when I was 19 and I first really started getting into training. I put a thing in my diary. And it was when I was 21, and it was like 21, join a physique modeling agency, right? Which I would never do, not now. But like when I was 19, that was the goal. But by the time I got to 21, I'd fallen in love with training. It wasn't about looking a certain way. It was just about enjoying it. And I also thought while I was doing that, like, and that's what training should be. You should enjoy it. I was like, oh, you know, so if I can stay good till I'm 21, and maybe I'll be able to stay in shape till I'm 25, and maybe, because in my mind, and if you look at it like on a day thing, as people get older, they generally just get out of shape. And I kind of just assumed and accepted that that's what happens. But realistically, forget that. Absolutely forget that. A word that starts with F that's not forget that. Like, I'm never going to let myself down, never let myself get out of shape, because why would you? Like, why would you let yourself be not as good as you could be? And again, it's just a typical thing that I'm really trying to push in these last few videos, like challenge the norm. The norm is that you get older, you get more responsibilities, and you get out of shape because you haven't got as much time. Like, I'm working like a lot in a week, Monday to Friday. There's a good amount of time, 50, 60 hours where I can't really realistically have time to myself. So I've got to find the time there in amongst all that to get the sessions in. And I was chatting to a guy, and then he said, how often do you train? I said about 5-6 times a week, but in reality, it's probably a bit more. So it's just about what you want from this and how badly you're willing to push in terms of your physique. But for me as well, it is my stress release when I don't train. I get anxious, and I get nervous, and I get, not nervous, I'm never nervous. I just get stressed. Just stressed. That's probably the best way to put it. And it helps me release, helps me feel better. But yeah, so yeah, gaining as you get older, forget that. I'm going to be 60-year-old shredded. That's what I'm going to be. 60-year-old, still in Pure Gym. Shout out for the boys, Pure Gym. Seen some negative videos on Pure Gym recently. No shade. When you shine bright, there can only be shade. But yeah, thanks for watching. See you on the next one. Do what you want to do. Embrace your weakness so you'll never be strong. The weakest thing you could ever possibly do is think like everyone else.